Good evening, Shubha Sanjay, ellarigu namaskara. Welcome back to an all new video, and today we are again back with the 2025 KTM 390 Adventure. So today I'm going to be talking about this beautiful masterpiece here, the instrument cluster. It is so well built and well structured all together that I was browsing through videos and I don't see anyone talking about this particular piece of beautiful technology that is there on this bike, and it is so useful and so good, and at the same time has so many bells and whistles. So I thought, let's make a video on this so that if at all you're a potential buyer or just an admirer of technology, you will love today's video. With that, let's get started with today's video. First, before starting the ignition of the bike, let me talk about the switches and everything that is there. So on the left hand side is where you will see most of the controls for the instrument cluster. So this is your cruise control button. So this bike has cruise control, if you don't already know. This is the hazard light button, and this is your back button. This is called the menu button, and the up and down toggle switches. This is your horn. This is a custom selector switch. You can see there are two buttons back. This is a multi-select button. This states RES plus, and on the back side, I'm not sure if you can see or not, there's minus here. This button says minus. And on the right hand side, nothing fancy, just your ignition button, engine start stop, and then the start button. So that is all the buttons that you have on the bike. It's not too many buttons, but at the same time it's not too less also. If you can see this particular, it looks like a lot of buttons, but you need such buttons to control the bike. Now so this is your cruise control. I told one interesting thing where I hadn't seen on any of this category of other motorcycles is the custom select button that you get. So you can basically set any of the function on the bike to be operated with this button. By default it does nothing, but you can set on the cluster. So if you press this, something whatever you want can happen. And this is where the charger port is. It's a type C charger port. Now I am sitting on the bike so that you get a proper rider's view for this. So this is where the key goes in. So yeah, I put in the key and then I turn on, says ready to race. That's the KTM thing. So as you can see, there are multiple things present on the instrument cluster. The first basic thing is it comes in two different views. This is one view, and you can change this view, which I will show you in a little while, to a different minimized version view, wherein you will only see the speed and the gear indicator, like the Dakar version, where you'll only see the speed and indicator and nothing else. So there are two versions. One is where you get a comprehensive view, and one is the minimized view. So now let us start with all the menu options that you have on the bike. So to go to the menu, this is the button that you have. I press this, and if you can see, I go to the menu. So first is the motorcycle menu, wherein I have the riding mode and the configuration mode. So to enter anything, as always, you press this button, and to go back, see, now I pressed, it went inside. To go back, I press the back button and it goes back. So let's see what is ride mode. So this bike comes with three different riding modes. As you can see, one is the street, one is the rain, and one is the off-road. One more thing I like is the animation changes. So see, this is the off-road mode, this is the rain mode where you can see water and all, and this is the street mode for your everyday use. One more thing is you can configure each of the mode. Now I have set it to street mode. So when I go to configure, you see configure street, I can configure certain things on the street mode. So for example, ABS mode. So there are three, right? So in every mode you get three different types. So road, off-road, and so rain will not have a specific ABS mode. So off-road, the ABS will be off, which will indicate in the red line, and if you keep it on road mode, it will be on. So you can turn on based on each mode. Next is the MTC, traction control. Again, you can keep it on or off. So for each of the mode, you can change all these settings. Next is the quick shifter. Next is the display mode, as I told you. So this is one type of display, which is a standard with all the comprehensive view, and one more is the reduced display, which will only show the speed and the gear indicator and the fuel gauge. That is all the things that you can configure in each of the mode. So that was your first motorcycle menu. Next is the information menu. I go into the information section, and then this is where I can see all my trip meters, the fuel range and everything. Let's go one by one. So this is the trip 1 where you can set and reset. To reset again, you enter into the trip 1 and then you select the reset trip, enter again to reset this trip. So same thing with trip 2, and each of trip 1 and trip 2 will show the distance that you have covered in that trip, the time, the average fuel consumption and the average speed. Next is the fuel range, so 100 kilometers. Next is the coolant temperature. Next is the battery voltage. Next is the total odometer. Next is the clock and date, where you can enter and set the clock and date. Next is the service, wherein it's due in 6320 kilometers, and the software version. And next is warnings. If at all there are any warnings on the bike, you can see quill switch is pressed, engine cannot be started. So those are the warnings. So that was the info menu. Next is the cruise control menu, wherein you can turn on the cruise control on or off. So there are two modes for cruise control. One is the cruise control and one is the speed control. So if you set it to speed control and set a certain speed, even though you accelerate, the bike would not go above the speed that you set in the speed control. So that is what speed control is. So that was your cruise control menu. Next is the navigation. So there is no a proper map view that you get on the, like the one on the Himalayan 450, but you can connect the phone app and you can set turn by turn navigation on this. And so this is a menu to control that. So say suppose volume, and then the navigation is on, last destination wherever you've set, and then if you've set multiple waypoints, you can skip those. You can set favorites, the point of interest and all that. So this menu is for that. Next is the audio control. Say suppose your phone can be connected to the motorcycle via an app. So if at all you're listening to music and playing some music, you can forward the track, reverse the track and increase and decrease the volume. And this is the calls, where you can see the last calls and if you have any favorites. And this is the settings menu, where you can set multiple things. So first of all, favorites. So I'll go back first and show. See, these are called the favorites. There are 4 favorites, 1 2 3 4. So this will always be visible, so you can set. So right now I have the odometer, the fuel range, the trip 1 meter and my phone battery and the signal strength. So these are the favorites. I'll go back here and I can change favorite 1, favorite 2. I can enter into favorite 1 and then I can change to whatever I want. Coolant temperature, battery voltage, date, clock, fuel range, time 2, the average speed, trip 2, time 1. So many things. Connectivity, quick shifter plus, MTC, ABS mode, odometer, a lot of things. Whatever you want, you can change on each of these. Favorite 1, favorite 2, favorite 3 and favorite 4. So these are all your favorites. Next is the quick selector button. So these 2 buttons, right, until and unless you are on the menu, they don't do anything. So say suppose you are riding and you want an instant access to something without going into so much of the menu and everything. So you set one of those functions to each of these buttons. So those are called quick selectors because they take you to that menu very quickly. Same thing to set something, you enter here and then you say up and down. There are 2 buttons. So first one is for up. I have set it for bike info, wherein trip 1 and trip 2 it will show. So cruise control, whatever you want you can set. Similarly for down button, I'll go and then I enter whatever I want. So that is your quick selector. Next is the custom switch. As I showed you earlier, there is a button here, switch, which you can set anything to. Similarly, I'll enter the custom switch button and then I can say audio, navigation, trip info, ABS mode, ride mode, no function. Also you can set that button to do nothing as well. So for right now I have kept it to audio, so the audio is on. Next is the connectivity, wherein you can connect your Bluetooth and rider's headset to your motorcycle. I have already connected. It's very simple process. So the process is very simple. There is an app called KTM Connect, and initially when you log in, this will be there. So you'll have to turn on your Bluetooth, and here also if you go sorry, what am I showing like this? You'll have to go to the Bluetooth menu, and then once it's on, you go to phone and then you connect it. So it will show similar to any other pairing. Once you pair it, your motorcycle will come here, and then you can do all the navigation and everything. So this is the app. I hope you can see. I'll click on this. So yeah, if you can see, I can do navigation and service booklet. I'll go to navigation. You'll have to, it'll ask you to download the maps. Once you download, it will you can navigate to wherever you want. So I say I want to go to Chikmagalur, and then I'll say get directions, and then I'll say start. So that will show on the bike here. I'll show you. See, this is how the turn by turn navigation shows up here. So 261 kilometers, this is the time of arrival, and this is the route. So that's how you operate the app. It is very simple and it's very basic. And once you say, suppose I play anything on my phone, like the audio, first let me cancel this, cancel route, and then here it goes. So I go and I play any music on my app. By default it will be playing on the, see, it is connected to KTM. So now when I go to the audio, right, see, this is playing. I can go to the next track, and then I can go to the previous track, and then I can increase the volume here and I can decrease the volume here. So this is the audio control. So next, quickly go to the next one. Where were we after connectivity? So we are done with connectivity. Next is the shift light. So shift light, as it says, so you can set two RPM points, RPM 1 and RPM 2. So when you reach this, whatever you've set into, now I have set it to 7400 RPM. So once I go to the RPM 1 light, it will blink once, the light, orange light will come. And next is the RPM 2, which I have set it to 7600 RPM, where it will be continuously blinking, indicating me to switch to the next higher gear. So that is your shift light. I will show you by the end of this video how that works. So next is the clock and date. To set your clock format, set the date format, and what time type of this thing, this menu is used for that. And next is the units. So distance, I wanted in kilometers, you can change it to miles. Temperature in Celsius to Fahrenheit. Consumption in kilometer to liter, to different things, you can change that. Next is the language. I don't want to fiddle with that right now, it's in English. So next is the extra functions. So these are all the extra functions that is present on the bike. One is the call, audio, turn by turn navigation, quick shifter plus, and remote control mode. So remote control mode is where you can control your rider's headset with this once we connect it. So that is the menu and the comprehensive display that is there. Now I have not showed you what is the minimized display. Let me quickly configure this to the minimize reduced mode. See, this is the reduced mode, where you can see this is the new gear indicator, this is the speed, and this is the fuel and the time. Now I'll go back and I will change to the comprehensive menu to show you guys all the different things that is there. Now coming back to the basics. So this is the indicator for oil temperature, this is the engine malfunction light, time, fuel gauge, traction control, ABS indication, traction control indication, the gear level indicator, the oil temperature, the riding mode, this is the speed, and RPM meter. And this is the favorites, as I showed earlier, which wherein now I've set to odometer, fuel range, trip 1, and my phone. So that was the very useful yet comprehensive display of the KTM Adventure 390 instrument cluster. Hope you liked and you found this useful. If at all you did, please give it a like button. And now it's time for me to show you how the shift light works. So for that, let us turn on the engine. So that goes, this will go after you start riding, after the bike crosses 8 km/h speed. Oh, the side stand is on, guys. Yeah, so see, that went. This is a very secret place that I found. So to show this in any gear, now I have set it to 7400 and 7600 RPM. You can set it to the RPM limits that you want. Once the bike reaches that RPM, it will shift once. So now I'll show you. Just have a look. See, that's how the shift light works. You can set it to the RPMs that you want and start blinking at that particular RPM. and once you put on the side stand, this will come here, side stand. So with that, we come to an end of this particular video. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel and give it a like button, and if you have any questions or you want to know anything about any particular feature on this bike, do comment your thoughts below, or you can connect with me on Instagram. The Instagram description is in the Instagram link is in the description below. With that said, I'll take your leave for today. Ride safe, stay safe, always wear safety gear. Take care. Bye bye.